welcome back to another episode of my monthly favorites. I know I didn't do one for May, and I was going to film one, but it was already like mid-June, and so I figured I might as well combine my May and June favorites in one video, especially because I have been pretty much loving the same stuff the past couple of months. So May, June favorites, let's do this. So let me start off with some body care and skincare items. I have been loving this body lotion from Sacha Juan, and this is in the shiny citrus scent. And I did get this from my Pop Sugar must-have box for June, which I did review for my blog, and I will link that down below in case you wanted to read it. And I just adore the scent for the summer because it's very citrusy, very fresh, and it has a little hint of jasmine. And lately for the summertime, I've been on a hunt for a lightweight body lotion that doesn't dry out my skin. I have tried so many lightweight body lotions like the ones from Victoria's Secret or Bath & Body Works, and even though those lotions do moisturize throughout the day, it kind of goes away and it still leaves my skin very dry. But with this lotion, it's very lightweight and it absorbs very quickly onto the skin without leaving it greasy or sticky, especially for the summertime. I cannot even begin to tell you how much I cannot live without my PMD Pro. And if you're not familiar with what PMD is, it is a personal microdermabrasion system that you can use at home, and I have been using this for quite some time now, and I know I am so overdue for a review and demonstration on this, so bear with me. I will get that up soon enough. It has replaced all of my facial exfoliants, all of my facial scrubs with just this. I use this as something to really take off all of the dead cells on my face and, you know, my whiteheads that are peeping through already, blackheads, anything. It really did the job for me, and it really has minimized the appearance of scars on my face. Nowadays, I am very comfortable without any foundation on, and I never thought I would be able to say that ever in my life because I used to hate my face so much. It had so many hyperpigmentation, so many scars, and this literally saved my life. And I promise I will do an in-depth review and demonstration of this product, and I will explain to you how it works, how I use it, and you know what it really does to the skin. I have been loving my makeup primer spray from Scandinavia, and I mentioned this in my Fame Expo shopping guide already. I recommend this for all skin types, but most especially for people with dry skin. I think this will be your best friend, especially when you're putting makeup, because it really helps your skin to be moisturized, and it just gives, you know, that kind of hold for your foundations, and it also doesn't make your skin looking flaky throughout the day. I know sometimes it is kind of a problem, but another thing that I love about this makeup primer spray is that it gives your face makeup something to adhere to, and it really doesn't make your face looking cakey when you use this primer spray. So for foundation, I have been loving these two drugstore foundations right here, and that usually never happens for me because I am one of those high-end foundation type of girl, but these two foundations have been pretty much doing the job for me these past couple of months. So the first one is the L'Oreal True Match Foundation, and I love that this is super blendable and it's buildable as well, and I can use it throughout the day. It clings to the skin very well, and it doesn't look greasy on me throughout the day, especially during the summertime. And it's one of those foundations that I can really depend on no matter what it is. Like sometimes it gets really gloomy, sometimes it gets really hot, and if I really don't know, you know, I can't really make up my mind on what foundation to use, I usually grab for this. Another foundation that I have been loving a ton the past couple of months, and I have been raving about this on my social media, and I have been using this quite a bit the past couple of months, especially when there's like, you know, those really hot days and I just want my face to be completely matte throughout the day, is my Revlon Color Stay Whipped Foundation. And if you're asking me, a lot of people ask me if I like the original Color Stay formula, and I'm actually not a fan of those. Either one of the two, the oily combination or the dry and normal skin formulas, I don't like them, but I do love this formula. It is a cream sort of whipped moussey type of foundation, and the shade that I'm using currently is the shade 400, and to warm it up a bit, I usually use my yellow primer from Makeup Forever or the Rich Ginger shade, which is the darker shade of this. And I actually don't like using Rich Ginger by itself just because it makes me look a little bit orange. I think it works for every skin type. I have normal skin, but if you have oily skin or combination skin, I think you will love this. especially for the summer, because it really stays put. It really keeps your face, you know, demi matte. And I think from experience, this is the only drugstore foundation that can give me full coverage. And so if you have hyperpigmentation, if you have acne scars that you need to cover, this will be the foundation for you, and you won't even need a concealer to, you know, cover up afterwards. And I've also heard some people with dry skin say that they love the foundation. My sister actually uses it and she has dry skin and it looks beautiful on her. It does accentuate some of the dryness on your face when you do set it with a powder, and so if you have really dry skin and you're afraid of, you know, it looking very patchy on you, then definitely don't set it with a powder. You can probably get away with it with just a setting spray or some Fix Plus. Alright, so it is summertime, and even though I love the look of dewy skin, sometimes there are just days where I just need to be matte all day. And these powders have been my lifesavers the past couple of months. So this first one is from NARS. It is their Translucent Crystal Light Reflecting Setting Powder, and it is their loose formula. And they also come with the pressed form, which is great for, you know, if you're on the go and you need to touch up throughout the day. And I love using this for, you know, setting my highlighted areas or my under eye concealer. And I really love this translucent powder. Some translucent powders really give that white cast when you're taking flash photography or professional photos, but with this it really photographs beautifully. And when I use this to set my face, it really gives that sort of soft focus look to the face. I love this powder especially when I set my under eye concealer. Any type of concealer, no matter how thin it is or how thick it is, it will stay put. It doesn't move around, it doesn't budge after you set it. So yeah, definitely this is one of my holy grail setting powders. And then another one that I have been loving a ton the past couple of months is this La Mer loose powder, and it is a tinted powder, and I have the darkest one out of the three that they have. This is in the shade 03 Beige, and I just love this stuff. It just makes me look like a doll every single time that I set my makeup with this. And I know sometimes it kind of looks a little bit fake, but when I use this and I go out and I'm under the sun all day, it really does the job of controlling the oil. And when I'm in special occasions, it photographs beautifully and it just makes me look so flawless, and I just love it. I love the look that it gives me when I set with this. And with this, I do prefer using the puff that it comes with. It comes with a puff that I just use, you know, to, you know, set the powder, and it just really locks everything in place when I use this. The past couple of months, even though I tried to switch up my blushes every single day, when I can't figure out what blush to use, I always go for this blush right here. This is the NARS Final Cut blush, and it is a limited edition blush that came out with their Final Cut collection, and I think this is only exclusive to either Nordstrom or narscosmetics.com. It's a great marriage between peach and coral, and it's a really happy medium between the two. It's not too strong and it's not too peachy, and so it can really complement every skin tone. And it is a matte formula, which means that it can be a little bit powdery when you pick up the product with the brush, but once you put it on, it glides beautifully and it doesn't look chalky on the face. Another cult product for me when it comes to summertime are bronzers. I love bronzers to death, and last year I went a little gaga with bronzer shopping and got pretty much essentially every single bronzer that every single brand had came up with, and I'm probably not going to do that this year because I have plenty over there that I need to use up. But I have been loving these two products, and these are two very different formulas. So the first one that I want to share with you is this Guerlain Four Seasons bronzer, and this is in the shade 05 Moyen Brunettes, and I have been loving this bronzer, especially for the summertime. It's just very warm. You can use all of these all together. You just like swirl it around and just apply it on the face, or you can use them individually. The idea behind these Four Seasons bronzers is that you can use them all throughout the year, so it has, you know, the lightest shade for the winter time, and then, you know, transition it around up to the darkest shade, which you can use for the summertime depending on your skin tone. Every time I wear this, it makes me look very bronzy and sun-kissed. And then another bronzer that I have been loving so much, and I didn't think I I would love it that much is this Sonia Kashuk cream bronzer, and this is a darker shade out of the two that they have available. I do have both of them, but I have been using the number 42 Rich Bronze a lot, and this is what it looks like. I love how it adheres really well to the face, and it's very blendable, and I just love it for actually contouring. I love it for contouring. It's a great shade to contour with, and it is a little bit warm for a contour shade, which means that, you know, it's more appropriate for the summertime. Very creamy, and it doesn't look very cakey on the face because it's very lightweight. And I actually prefer this over my Soleil Tan de Chanel, and I know a lot of people love that product, but honestly, this is a much better option, and it's so much cheaper than the Chanel. And I also kind of want to do like a smackdown review, kind of like the one that I did with the True Match Lumi and the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk, and I wanted to do that with the Sonia Kashuk and also the Chanel cream bronzer. So let me know in the comments below if you want to see that. So this next highlighter is actually what I'm wearing on my face today, and it is a cream highlighter, and if you haven't guessed what it is yet, it is the BB Plus Illumination from Gerard Cosmetics. Oh my gosh, this highlighter is sent from heaven, and I love it so much. I love that it gives like the prettiest glow, and it is this like really white gold, and it's very shimmery, and I'm wearing it on my face right now, and look at how dewy it makes my skin look without looking greasy. And you know, I actually have a matte face on, and I just put this on top. Absolutely beautiful on top of foundation, over powder. It doesn't interfere with the formula of anything on your face, and you can even use this alone. You can probably use like some of this, dab this on the tops of your cheeks, and then put some cream blush on and go to the beach, and you will look so beautiful. A little goes a long way, and so, you know, with the amount of product that comes in here, this will last me a lifetime. And I do have a coupon code for you down below in case you wanted to purchase this for yourself or maybe for a friend this coming summer, because this would make a perfect gift. Moving on to makeup brushes, I have been loving my Makeup Geek brushes lately. I can't seem to put them down, and I always use them in tutorials, and they're just one of those makeup brushes that are very underrated and overlooked, but they're very good quality brushes. And these three brushes are probably my most used and my most favorite out of everything on her line. The first brush that I want to share with you is the cheek highlighter brush, and this brush you don't only use for your cheek highlight. You can use this for essentially anything. You can use this for foundation. I really love using this for blending out my cream contour. And another brush that I have been loving is this pencil brush. This is a tiny pencil brush, and I love this for smoking out or smudging my liner or lining my lower lash line and any detail work that I want to do with my eyes. And then this last brush that I want to share with you is the small crease brush, and this is the smallest crease brush that Makeup Geek has, obviously, because that's the name. And I love it because I have a smaller set of eyes, and my eyelids are really small, and so it really gets in there. Like if I want to carve out my crease area to make my eyes look like I have a deeper set of eyes, or if I want to really precisely apply the shadow where I want it, I can do that with this brush. And this brush also does the job for any shading that I want to do on my face. Like let's say I want to contour my nose. It really has the right shape and the right size for me to really get in there because I have a tiny nose as well. For the eyes, I have been loving Anastasia's Pro Pencil. This is one of her new products, and I love that this is multi-purpose. I've mentioned this in my Fame Expo video, but I want to reiterate this again. I love the consistency and the creaminess of this product because it just has the right amount of grab so that you can control really where you're putting it. I love using this for outlining or carving out my brow area. As an eyeshadow primer, it really holds eyeshadows really well. It kind of reminds me of Soft Ochre Paint Pot from MAC. I also love using this to clean up my eyeshadow if I want a sharper look, or even to put this on my lower waterline to brighten up the eyes. I definitely prefer this over her old highlighters, the one with double ends, the one with the shimmery and the matte end. I have been grabbing for the eyeshadows in this palette right here the past couple of months. This is the Kat Von D Mono Monarch eyeshadow palette. This eyeshadow palette has a whopping amount of really warm toned and cool toned neutrals, and it has shimmery and matte shades as well. The eyeshadows that I really love the most from this palette are these 3 shades right here. And then also I love this one. I use this as a transition shade. And then this really warm highlight right here. This one is matte, and so I like using this for my brow bone area. And then the only thing that I don't like about this palette is that the middle shade, this one is supposed to be like the shimmery highlight. It's not as shimmery as I would have wanted, and so if I wanted to put this on my inner tear duct, it really doesn't pop as much. I have been on this gloss kick lately, and I have been loving these coral glosses that have golden shimmer to them. And I have one really high-end one, and I have a mid-end one. So this one is from YSL. This is the number 30 golden gloss. And what I love about this gloss is that the shimmer in it is actual gold flecks. And when you put this on the lips, the shimmer really reflects beautifully against the light, against the sunlight. And I love that this gloss makes your lips looking fuller and more plump. So this next one is from Jouer. This is Coral Glisten, and if you don't have the budget for YSL glosses, this might be a good alternative. And I love Jouer glosses. They're kind of the ones who kicked me into this obsession over lip gloss, and I just love how they're not sticky and they have this really nice high shine. So lastly, since I'm not an avid wearer of a full face of makeup anymore, I have been obsessed with lip balms. First one that I want to share with you is from Lancome. This one is in Coral Electric. This is their Balm in Loves, and I love this tinted lip balm. It really moisturizes the lips. Usually when it comes to tinted lip balms, they usually, you know, put a lot of color on the lips without moisturizing. And then there are some that are very sheer, doesn't really give too much color on the lips, but definitely moisturizes. And so for me, I had to find a happy medium where I get the most tint possible and also, you know, something that nourishes my lips throughout the day. And this definitely does that. And then the last lip balm that I want to share with you is from Dior. This is their Creme de Rose lip balm, and I just love this. I love the scent. It's very florally, and so if you're not a fan of florally scents, then you might want to skip this, but it's fairly tolerable in my opinion. I have created quite a dent on it already, as you can see. And I love this for a daytime lip balm. It has SPF, and I just love it because it absorbs fairly quickly. And so if I want to put a lipstick on, I will just put this right before I put all of my makeup on. And then when it comes to my lip color, my lips have already absorbed all of the moisture, and I don't have to pat it off to, you know, apply my lipstick. And I know this is pretty pricey for a lip balm, but I think it's worth it. Alright, so that was it for my May and June favorites. I hope that you all liked it, and I hope that you found it helpful. If you have any more video requests, make sure to leave them in the comments below as usual, and I will see you all again very soon. Bye!